Hey everyone, SDub Nation here, and welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. Hey, Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 1, man, the new series on Netflix for Ninjago. I call it another season in my opinion. It has just released its part 2 last week. I don't have Netflix, so I couldn't watch it yet. I couldn't watch it when it first dropped, but I have since seen part 2. And let's just get right into it. Please don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on Ninjago Dragons Rising, and also note that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion, and you are free to comment down below yours. Also, don't forget to check out that Ninjago playlist. That link is in the description, and also the Twitter. My Twitter is in the description as well. But without further ado, let's just get right into this. Sit back, relax, and let's just have a conversation about Ninjago's Dragons Rising. Now, kicking it off with the good, it's been about 2 years since I've talked about a Ninjago season, back when SEABOUND came out in 2021, and let's get this out of the way. I loved this season. I loved it. At first, I wasn't really feeling it, but I loved it. I loved it by the end. Ninjago continues to be great and innovate great ideas, introducing what is known as the merge. I've done a couple videos on the merge. You guys can check that out on the channel, but it provided something new, but also an idea that you can just go crazy with. The merge is an event that mysteriously collided all of the known realms together. This also offers a chance for you to introduce some new characters like Arin and Sora. Like I said before, I wasn't really feeling Dragons Rising in the beginning, and I really wasn't feeling these new characters, Arin and Sora. I didn't like them at first. They seemed off-putting and just not as charismatic as our OG team. And I desperately needed the others to come into fold right away. But these characters are layered and nuanced by the end of part 2. And you can feel their journey, and you see it from episode 1 of Dragons Rising to episode 20. In my video, I theorized that the merge happened 5 years ago, from the beginning of Dragons Rising to when the merge happened. So there's been 5 years of these characters, Arin and Sora, away from home in a desolate dystopia where all of the realms are collided and they have to fend for themselves. That's interesting. The thing what makes Arin so interesting is that he has spinjitzu powers, but he never went through training, and he lost his family in the merge. That's interesting. And he idolizes the ninja. And Sora, she has a little bit more layers to her than Arin does. She used to work for the enemy, and then she went off, did her own thing, and her family disowns her because they're just so brainwashed by the enemy. And she also has an elemental power that can only be unlocked by this dragon. By the time part 2 started, these characters were just as great as the original, just not better. They kind of are our entry point to the merge. And since they are not all powerful ninja like our OG6, they have vulnerability. And when the ninja appear, we get excited because they get excited. The reintroduction of our ninja is just truly special. It's like nostalgia. And it's crazy because I'm in college now. I used to watch this show back in the 1st grade. When the show came out, I was in the 1st grade, and now I'm in my freshman year of college. So it's just truly special to see them all get reintroduced again. Each of them gets an entrance. Each of them feel larger than life. Each of them get the respect that they're owed. And the best thing is that they are getting older. These characters have lived a long life, and they're not teenagers anymore. They are at least in their mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s by this point. And this season, this show in general, is really all about passing the torch to the new generation of heroes like Arin and Sora without downplaying the importance of our OG characters. Now, essentially, part 1 and most of the show focuses on our OG ninja characters like Lloyd, Kai, and Nia, but they're all given lead roles that pushes them into a leader-like / mentor position. I also love the fact that it's kind of like a video game plot. In each episode, or every 2 episodes, we're introduced to another one of our legacy ninja. In episode 1, we get reintroduced to Lloyd. episode 3, we get reintroduced to Kai. And I love the fact that it's kind of like a video game plot to where every time we unlock a new character, they get added to our roster. The new villains are interesting and different. I like the idea of, you know, 2 twins, but one came out first, she got elemental powers, and the one that came out second didn't. So she feels kind of less of herself, and the one that has elemental powers is always liked by daddy. The thing is with the Empress is that she's powering her city. She's just being a dictator. But I feel as though if you take all the dictatorship out of it, and, you know, obviously the slaughtering and the torture and the extraction of dragon power, if you take away all of that, she's literally just an empress trying to do what's best for her people. She just has alternative motives. I love her backstory, though, the themes of jealousy and neglect from her father. And this will kind of conclude my thoughts on the good. Part 2 excels over Part 1 dramatically. Its action is better. It's a sweeping epic adventure going through different realms to get different MacGuffins, and you're introduced to different species. And that's something that I wanted Part 1 to do, and they tried to do something like that, but Part 2 really just goes for it, in my opinion, where we have the action adventure, we have our new cast of characters meeting our older cast of characters, and just have little adventures. But all of it is story-based and works for the overall narrative. And also, I think this show is a nice mix of Wild Brain and Will Film. The 22-minute episodes do return, so that provides episodic stories like Wild Brain's era that connects to an overall story like Will Film's era. Dragons Rising is the best mix of both. Now, I don't like to talk about the bad of Ninjago because I love Ninjago. It's my favorite show of all time. But there are some bad. I think it starts off pretty slow. Like I said before, it kind of took me a while to get into Dragons Rising. Crystallize burned me. And Ninjago at the time, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this Dragons Rising show, because who are these new characters? Where our original, 6 ninja are? Like, it starts off pretty slow. And, not all the characters are here. I would say I really like the idea that we're doing a video game plot. We unlock a new character every 2 to 3 episodes. But characters like Jay and Cole aren't in Part 1. They appear in Part 2, and they're given episodes, but they don't join the team after. I would have loved to see Cole in the final battle. I would have loved to see Jay bring in the administration for the final battle, or at least have the ninja interact with Jay. I think we could have went crazier with the idea of the merge, but then again, this is season 1. We have season 2 coming, so we could go a little bit more crazier with the different realms and stuff. I would love to see Achima, Bionicle, Nexo Knights, maybe do something like that, kind of multiverse-y, crossover-y, because I think that would work for the fans. I mean, we're in a multiverse phase right now, so why not? Why not try it with Ninjago, do something different, do something fun, and, it would be something nice for the fans, but also keep it original. Definitely keep it original like you did in Part 2, introducing us to snail people. That's fine. That's good enough. Now, this is where I really kind of get ticked off about Dragons Rising. My favorite character, Kai, and Wildfire, their relationship. The disrespect and the push to make Kai immature is very weird to me. They've been doing this since, I think, Fire Chapter, because season 8 through 10, he was all right. He cracked more jokes than he usually did before, but that's okay. Season 11 through now, Kai has always been the comedic relief character. He's on the same level of Jay, and it doesn't make Jay special anymore, and it definitely doesn't make Kai special anymore. And going into Wildfire, she has the elemental power of fire. Now, they did say in the finale that her power is different from Kai's. Okay, she has the elemental power of fire, though. Nobody else has the elemental power of ice, or earth, or lightning, but fire. It's weird because elemental powers are passed down hereditarily. The worst part about it is they're arguing on the missions. Kai should not be arguing with a 15-year-old at age 27. I think that's what his age is, at age 27. It's just weird because I'm very passionate about this character. He's my favorite character. my favorite Ninjago character. And to see him get treated like this is very weird. In conclusion, Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 1 won me back from Crystallized. I was burned out from Crystallized. I didn't even do a review on it. That's how burned out I was. I did a review on SEABOUND 2 years ago. Last year, I didn't even talk about Ninjago other than the worst things about the community and how my anticipation levels on Crystallized and what I would think would happen. And I remember last year I said it, Crystallize was not going to be a satisfying conclusion because there was just no way they was going to be able to make it a satisfying conclusion. And sure enough, I watched the season and it was not a satisfying conclusion. Nobody else believed me. You guys can go check out that video. I'm going to put it up on the screen and it's going to be in the link in the description. So, back to Ninjago Dragons Rising. It may have started off slow, but Part 2 continues the story with adventure, action, and fun. We're introduced to some new characters that range from lively to nuanced, but also our legacy characters are now given the chance to become mentors. Thanks to the return of the 22-minute episodes and story-based writing, Dragons Rising is an A+ for me and a 9.3 out of 10. And I would say it's the best season since SEABOUND. Ninjago is back, and I honestly cannot wait for Season 2. Alright guys, that is it for the Dragons Rising discussion. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment down below. What did you think of Dragons Rising Season 1? Come back later. I will be doing a ranking, an updated ranking of all of the Ninjago seasons. Yes, I'm including Dragons Rising, even though it's Season 1 of his own show. I'm still going to include it. And please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That link is in the description. And also that Ninjago playlist. That link is also in the description as well. Everything that I said in this video was just my very own opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And I will see you all next time. Peace.